Nom, 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 nom.
Andy, where did the croissants go?
We only had one. It's currently entering my lower intestine.
Why did you do that? It's a boomerang croissant!
A what?
Tell me you didn't eat the donut too.
Of course I did, but I had some trouble swallowing it. It bounced down my esophagus and is currently bumping around in my stomach. It's really uncomfortable.
That's because it's a super donut. It bounces until it hits an enemy. What about the cupcake?
Come on, is every pastry in our house dangerous? What's wrong with the cupcake?
It explodes. It's a cupcake bomb.
Who would make these? Much less buy them. Why?
They're the main tools of adventuring for today's video game hero, Super Cakeboy.
Who? Why? Call a hospital!
Hospital.
Good one.
Super Cakeboy is the tale of a legendary chef.
This is Cake-Boy, right? Why is he a 35-year-old hunk of chiseled
Yeah.
I'm honestly not so sure. And I wrote a lot of jokes to try and spin it so the title made sense. Nothing came to mind to justify why he's Cake Boy and not Cake Man, though.
He has a mustache. This is not a boy.
Yeah, it's strange. Anyway, you take on the role of, Cake Boy in an adventure of wedding cake-sized proportions. A group of unsanitary chefs have threatened all that is good and sanitary in Cakeland, and stolen several multi-tiered cakes from what I can only assume to be weddings all across the world. Now it is up to you as Cake Boy to bake up some punishment and serve it to these ne'er-do-wells.
Cake-Boy will take on the likes of pointy mosquitoes, dapper snakes, hopping locusts, and more as he jumps and punches his way through only 9 levels of cooking chaos and baking brutality. Each level features several collectibles. To start, there are your tools, such as boomerang croissants. These handy crescents will return to Cake-Boy after he throws them.
Super Donuts. These rotund rubberized rounds will bounce on surfaces until they hit a breakable block or enemy.
Finally, cupcake bombs. These miniature marvels will explode after hitting a surface or enemy.
You can see how much of each you have in the bottom left of the screen, and even switch to the weapon you want to use between those 3 and your good old giant fist. This right here is which level you're on, and below that is how many lives you have. These 3 squares are other collectibles you find in each level. A money bag, a jar of milk, and a basket of buns, each worth a different amount of points. More on those in a second.
To the right of that are how many hits you have left. Collecting any of the 3 previously mentioned collectibles will restore 1 rolling pin.
The furthest right element of the UI is your score, which will go up as you fight enemies, collect any of the 3 level-specific findables or extra lives, destroy boxes, and complete each level.
Oh boy, achievements! Something worth caring about! What? You hear sarcasm in my voice? How? Where? Impossible.
You can view the achievements in the main menu, and there's even a portion of a cake recipe attached to each one, which, if you follow it, may have some results.
Not often Steam achievements are interesting, let alone worth paying attention to, but here we are, paying attention and being interested. That's rare.
In order to complete each achievement, you will need to use all of your Cake Boy platforming skills such as double jumping, and that's pretty much it. The rest of the controls are punch, switch between your tools, and use those to defeat enemies and break blocks too. Gameplay is simple, but never boring.
The challenge never reaches high enough to frustrate you, but it always stays fresh and interesting as each stage invites new enemies and new enemy types. Some of them even use your bakery tools against you. An explosive throwing locust seems entirely too dangerous for my taste.
The cake at the end of each level will total up your score and walk you to the next level. Each one feels connected to the previous one in one way or another, making the whole game feel like a connected adventure instead of a random assortment of areas that just seem too distant to flow.
Every once in a while, your platforming and tool-tossing abilities will be tested by this character, Dark Cake, who is Cake-Boy's nemesis. This is not one of those tests.
After less than a half hour of jumping, beating, mixing it up, and whipping, you've completed the game. Credits are rolling, and you're considering which of these achievements to take on next.
Super Cakeboy is a well-proportioned game with a difficulty curve that constantly changes enough to keep each level interesting and challenging, but not so little as to bore you, and not so much that your skills won't be enough to conquer each level. You may even complete each achievement during your first run-through of the game. That's how fast it all moves. In under 30 minutes, you'll have consumed enough pastries to kill an elephant, complete each of the 9 levels, and forced Dark Cake off of ledges enough times to wonder if he knows how to jump at all.
Most importantly, it's fun. This is a fun, short game that doesn't overstay its welcome, with tight and easy to learn controls, a double jump that isn't an unlockable or findable ability, something every game should really take note of, and it has memorable music and levels. This is something to return to every few months just to remind you how good platforming adventure games can be and how delicious cake is, specifically this cake. This multi-tiered giant cake with vanilla frosting.
Stop licking the screen.
Huh? Oh, did we mention this game is free?
That's right. You can download and play this bite-sized game on Steam for free right now. You get a game, a cake recipe, and a new favorite heroic chef character to respect, all in one strawberry-topped package. All it costs is time, and we all have plenty of that lying around these days, don't we? Ha 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 ha!
Thank you for watching this review. Be sure to check out Super Cakeboy. Seriously, why is it not man? Anyway, share this review around, be sure to subscribe, and have a great day. Don't eat the croissants, cupcakes, or donuts someone who recently played this game may have bought. Probably should have said the warning first. Gotta go take care of Andy again. Bye!